Welcome everyone to Earth Changes News for December 27th, 2011. I haven't been here for a while, so I figured since it's after the holiday season, I'd give you people an update on what's going on. So to start off with, I thought I would start off with the activity on the sun right now. It says update, second M-class flare has hit with CME, sets off. It says sunspot region 1387 has become very active in the last 24 hours, producing 2 M-class flares in addition to 6 C-class flares. Now the ones I always say that you have to watch out for, the X-class flares really. But it says that yesterday at 1816 Universal Time, this region was the source of an M4 flare. Linked to this event, a geomagnetic flux was observed in the GOES, or the Geostationary Operations Environmental Satellite, registering a shock wave of charged particles at over 621 miles per second. So this is something we have to watch and pay attention to. And then it says a second M-class flare occurred earlier today from the same sunspot region 1387. A CME, a coronal mass ejection, from both M flares were captured by the Stereo and SOHO satellites. So that's the story over there as far as the sun goes. And for those of you who want constant update, I suggest you go to spaceweather.com because that's pretty much the best area that I know of for sun information, what goings on with our sun. Now the next story I have for you, I believe I have a few stories here dealing with severe storms. But first I guess I'll talk about, we'll go in order, talk about this magnitude 6 earthquake that hit yesterday. A magnitude 6.0 seems to have hit Tonga. It says magnitude 6.0 earthquake hits Tonga on Monday, December 26th. And the depth of this quake was 5.9 kilometers or 3.7 miles deep. So again, a 6.0 earthquake has hit Tonga yesterday. And I said the best way to look at these quakes is go to Intellicast.com if you want to keep track of quakes that are happening right now around the world. Another really cool program that I suggest people download, and it's totally free, is the 3D Quake program. And it gives you a real graphical representation of the quakes that are happening around the world. I think it's called 3D Earthquake, Earthquake 3D, and type it in Google and you'll find what I'm talking about. Totally free, and it's very, very good way to check out quakes. Now the next story I have for you is I have a few stories here dealing with a few storms that are happening right now around the world. The first one is Melbourne is having serious problems after a Christmas storm hit that area. They had very large hail damaging many cars. It says emergency services are spending the day fixing thousands of damaged buildings across Melbourne after severe thunderstorms and tornadoes battered the city on Christmas Day. Flash flooding and hailstones, some the size of cricket balls, have damaged buildings and cars as the storm swept through Melbourne and country Victoria. It says 2 tornadoes also wreaked havoc in Melbourne's outer west. One of the tornadoes in Friskville, northwest of Melbourne, was powerful enough to upend cars. It says it is believed another tornado also struck Melton in northwest Victoria, which was one of the worst hit areas. And then it goes on to say North Melbourne suburbs of Eltham, Broadmeadows, and Kyla were also among the worst suburbs hit, with the SES deploying extra resources today to clean up those areas. And they say the highest rainfall totaled was recorded in Greensboro, also in the city's north, where 92 millimeters fell. One guy was actually quoted, a Melbourne resident, saying, suddenly tennis ball-sized hailstones came crashing down like meteorites, just came slamming through the cars. It just destroyed the whole car. One resident, another resident was quoted as saying, I've never heard anything like that in my life before. Like shotguns going off from everywhere, millions of them. So these are just quotes from people that obviously lived there all their life. And he said, I just thought it was a Cyclone Tracy from years ago. I can't remember that, she said. I can remember that, she said. So these are storms that are happening all over Melbourne right now. It says we've seen widespread damage, including smashed skylights, smashed windows, and lots of damage. You know how big a tennis ball is. Can you imagine that? Just crashing down at ferocious speeds. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people got hurt also, whoever was outside, but that is absolutely amazing. You just take a look at this picture. Look at that picture of that windshield. Just totally gone. You just smashed right through the windshield. So that's a story going on over there in Melbourne, Australia. Okay, now I have another story here. Also deals with another storm, but this one is halting shipping and trains over in Sweden and Norway. It says a storms halt trains, cruise ships in Sweden and in Norway. Authorities and local media say a storm sweeping across Norway and North Sweden has disrupted train traffic and brought cruise ships on the famous Hurtigruten route to a standstill. The Swedish Meteorological and Hydrological Institute issued a Class 2 warning for northern Sweden on Sunday, its second highest level. As a result, the Swedish Traffic Authority have canceled all train traffic in the area between Sunday evening and Monday morning. So over there, they're also having some serious storms and serious weather. And I think I have two more stories to get to. This is the CME. Well, there's also a story that more and more these meteorites and fireballs are happening, and more people are realizing that for some reason or other, we're seeing more and more of these meteorites and comets. I don't know why, but a lot of people say that we're entering a part of the space that we're going to be seeing a lot more of these. So I don't know exactly what you believe, but that's what a lot of people say. So I'll just read this quickly. It says a fireball captures the attention of hundreds of sky watchers, and it says a mysterious streak of light in the sky baffled many Europeans on Christmas Eve, with speculation running wild as to whether it was a meteor, a comet, or just space junk. So that's the story with that. I'll make that quick. And then I have the last story I have, I think. Oh no, well, there's two more stories I wanted to get to. It says Christchurch, New Zealand was rocked by a series of earthquakes, but no casualties. It says a 5.8 magnitude earthquake followed by several strong aftershocks hit Christchurch, New Zealand on Friday, just 10 months after almost 200 people died from the major quake in the city. And that was on December 23rd, so I thought I'd keep you updated on that, for those of you who don't know. And I got a couple of emails and comments asking me what application I use on my iPad, iPod Touch, or iPhone for keeping track of earthquakes. And there are a few. All you have to do is really go to the Apple Store and type in earthquake or quake, and you'll see a whole bunch of free apps. I use Earthquake Viz, and one of them is called actually Quake, and another one's called Earthquake. And you have a few applications that will actually alert you for any earthquake happening around the world that is happening, and it'll give you a quick alert. So that's what I use. And some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for. But the free ones you can get around with. You don't have to really pay for them. It's not needed. And then the last story I have for you people is a severe storm that has rocked Georgia. It says authorities say at least 15 people were injured in Georgia Thursday as powerful storms roared across the state, damaging homes, downing trees, and zapping power. 3 of those people were transported to nearby hospitals. So they're having a serious situation there in Georgia as far as the power outages and severe storms there. So again, you know, if you want to keep track of the weather, I always send people to Intellicast.com for quakes and weather maps. I think that's a very reputable site, and it's a site that doesn't tend to actually delete information, if you get my drift. So that's all the news I have for you this week, and I'll keep you updated if I see anything brand new. I check back with this every few days and so, but I do have other channels, so when I have a chance, I do try to update each one. I have about 4 channels right now on YouTube, plus I do a blog TV Also have to update my Twitter and stuff like that. So when I have a chance, I try to update you guys. Take it easy, folks, and if I don't talk to you before New Year's, I want to wish everyone a very safe and happy New Year. Take it easy, folks, and be well. This has been Earth Changers News for December 27th, 2011.